want to start, Coach, with the play where TJ committed that foul. I know it kind of made you sick. I was watching you the whole time and hearing the bench say, don't foul, don't foul. Was your team down by 2 with about 40 seconds to go, and then that foul committed, and I don't think your guys ever could recover from that.
I mean, the foul, it wasn't the smartest move at that time. We fought to get back in the game. But Zach, I'm gonna talk about something else because I'm big on just overall stuff. I mean, that's one play in the game. That wasn't the play that lost the game. To me, we didn't have a lot of energy today. I just felt like the energy level wasn't there. At some point, I'm hoping the basketball guys can come on our side and we make a couple shots. But for lack of a better term, it just wasn't a lot of energy tonight. And I felt like Ryder just kind of took the game to us, and we were on our heels from jump, and that's kind of what happened. We made a nice comeback. We did things that we had to do to get in the game. To our guys' credit. But it's just like we couldn't get over that hump tonight. It was just, we couldn't get over it. We couldn't get over that hump.
I felt that way too, and would that, in your mind, explain the offensive lagging in the second half? I mean, it seems like you guys went through a period where, and in fact, both teams were going through the same thing, but it seems like especially your team was shooting about 25-26% and just didn't quite have any momentum offensively. Would that exhaustion maybe explain it?
I think that it has something to do with it. I think that we they win the penalty. I think with about I'm gonna say about 12 minutes to go in the half, and with our guys, what you got to do is you got to put your head down, but you got to put your head down, drive the ball with intent to try to go make a shot. You just can't run into people up in there and think you're gonna get calls. And I just felt a couple times, we had an opportunity to get some fouls, but you can't avoid contact. And going back to the UMass game, I thought that was going to be a great barometer for us and for what's to come, because a team like Ryder, they kind of are built in the same mold. They have those same type of guys.
Tough East Coast team.
Right. So I was hoping that game would set the stage for what was to come tonight. And, just for whatever reason, like I said, the energy level just wasn't there, and we never were able to get our legs up underneath us. And you can see, I think TJ struggled. I think that I thought he forced a lot. I didn't think he let the game come to him. I think that Ray, I thought he forced some things too. He didn't let the game come to him. And I think that that kind of set a tone for how we played this evening. But I was, for me, I was happy with Anthony. I thought Anthony played a heck of a game. He came in there. He gave us a lot of energy. He really rebounded the ball. And I could see Anthony coming before he got that injury. I could see Anthony coming, and I think that tonight everybody's seen him put a game together that we've been seeing in practice for a while.
Yeah, Ryder played great the first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And then your defense, I thought, really took over in the last 5-6 minutes. And then the second half, Ryder played pretty good the first 10, 11 minutes again, and then your defense kind of got back. Because they had a hard time executing to get a good shot. They hit a couple threes that kept them a little in the lead, but that's why you don't want to foul in that situation, because they were having a hard time getting a shot. And then when you guys got a couple good rolls, Dobby got a couple good rolls, you finally made a couple threes, you got a little energy. But, your three players that have been scoring for you, they go 11 for 45.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't do that, to be able to win, because you're putting yourself in a hole every game, and then your effort and your offensive rebounding and your attitude and all that stuff's really great, but it's hard to climb that mountain every game.
That's exactly what's happening. And today it was definitely hard. And like I told Jack, like I'll use Jack as an example. For me, I felt like the first 4 to 5 games of the year, I felt like Jack wasn't hunting shots, and that's why he was scoring. I feel like the last 3 games he's been hunting shots and he's been pressing, and he hasn't been shooting with the same rhythm and hasn't been getting the same shots. He has to just relax, and he has to understand that you're going to get shots from guys. That's how you're getting your shots. And I just felt like at times tonight, he just he forced it a lot. But you got to live and die with guys that have been doing it for you. And I believe in Jack, and I believe in TJ. I believe in Ray, and I don't think they're going to keep shooting like this. And like I said a little earlier, hopefully the basketball gods come on our side, because I never seen a team collectively, through 9 games, shoot the percentages that we're shooting. It just makes it hard to win games. You put so much pressure on your defense, the way we've been shooting the ball offensively.
I was telling Zach, one of my things off the bench or starters, your first 2 shots better be great shots. Because if you miss a great shot, who cares?
Right.
Who cares? But when you're out there hunting or forcing like a shot, you get off to a rocky start, and it kind of affects everybody. And
Right.
I never liked that. And I just think that when the guys take good shots, they usually start going in, and kind of opens that basket a little,
Right.
and relax a little.
Right.
Coach, quickly, just a final thought. Can this week, if you digest from the Fullerton game to tonight, can this week be the type of week that makes your team better as you approach conference play? You can digest everything you want about this week. You blew a big lead at Fullerton, having to travel to UMass, and then come back here and be exhausted for this game. But when you process this, can this make the team maybe a little bit better once a couple of weeks from now rolls around and then WCC starts?
Zach, I really believe this, and I've been preaching this since the first day I got here. Basketball is not all physical; it's mental. The only way that the past week, with everything that has happened to us, as a team, the way we've lost games, the way we were up 20, we lost, these things, is if we digest it and we start to do the little things. To me, right now, that's what I've been stressing. The attention to detail, TJ fouling at that jump, that can't happen. That just can't happen. You can't have that play happen at that time, and that's just one. And it's not, like I said, that didn't lose the game for us, but it's just one in many. TJ and Ray not coming together on the switch, and Jordan hits the jump shot. Like those are things, because those are things that we talk about and we practice every day. And so to me, those are the things that I get disappointed at, and it's hard to digest at times. And when I first got here, I told Ray and I told TJ, if you're going to be the 2 best players, it's going to be a lot put on you. And for me to be able to critique everybody on down, I got to be able to critique them and tell them when they're doing good and bad. And it's not about that tonight. But the thing about it is that those 2 plays stand out with me, because I can't have my best players making those defensive plays at the time that were being that the times that they made them. So, but I'm proud of the guys, and we just have to hang in there. It's tough right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that well, at least even as a coach, but I was assistant then. I don't think I've lost 3 games in a row. But I'm just trying to.
Uncharted for my
I'm trying to digest it. I'm a sore loser.
What's good is you're gonna go watch the film tonight and get up in the morning, watch the film again. That'll be a bonus. Or
that film,
I hated those things.
Yeah, that film don't never stop. I tell people all the time, boy, that film don't stop. Boy, they call you. What you doing? Watching film. So.
Coach, thanks for stopping by, man. Get some rest.
All right.
Coach Stoudamire, kind enough to join us.